All right, I can carry on now with my front subframe. Now it's getting awkward to handle, and I need to turn it over to do the springs, those little beasties here. So my plan, and we'll see if it works, is to put the wheels on and then flip it over. As you may recall, I got stuck on this because my ramp broke. Therein lies an amusing story. The ram underneath, which is a big hydraulic cylinder, I got the service kit for it, but I could not get the damn thing apart. There was just one spring clip I couldn't get out. So I took it to a company called Cajon out here in Mesa, Arizona, and asked them if they could put the seals in. And after a week, I hadn't been contacted, so I contacted them, and then 2 days later they got back. Said, oh yes, well, you know, you've got a bent rod and you've got a scored bore and blah, blah, blah. And it's going to be $830 because we've got to get a rod in because we don't have one. A new unit is only $600, so I didn't see paying $830 for them to do a repair. As for the ram being bent, I don't think so. If you know how these lifts go together, that ram just pulls in and pulls out in a straight line. Now, even if it is bent, which I can't prove one way or the other, it's so minuscule that it doesn't matter. The thing slides in and out easily. But I guess they really don't care about the little individual guy like me. They're only interested in huge contracts. So I said, all right, fine, I'm assuming it's in pieces at the moment, leave it that way and I'll come and collect it and deal with it myself. Well, they had very kindly removed all of the seals and thrown them away. Not my new ones, they gave those back to me, but the seals they'd taken off, so I had no clue how the damn thing went together again. So after a bit of research and logical thinking, I did manage to get it back together. It is now refitted with my new seals in my ramp, and it now works fine. Yeah, you have to watch these big companies. They try and take you for a ride if you're just a little guy like me, you know. It's sad, but that's the way these companies work. So if you've got lots of money to waste, then you can go there. Other than that, I would suggest you get the kit, do it yourself, or just buy a new ram. Hopefully you guys will never be in that situation. Right, now let's get on with the putting of the wheels on here, then flipping it over, and then we take it from there. Okay, let's get started. Okay, just wanted to show you this piece here. This tubing is, well, basically rock hard, so it needs replacing. In order to get it off, I just slice it down with a scalpel and then pull these pieces out. Now I can powder coat those, and I have cut myself a new length of tube. This I got online, clear tube. I guess I could have gone for opaque, but I like the clear, and I'm sure it will fade. And it is designed specifically for fuel and is resistant to this ethanol crap. It's 5/16. I mean, it fits on there quite nicely, but I will put these clips on. I don't have to, but I'm going to. You know me, Mr. Belt and Braces. So that will, you know, be nice on here. And then I will put the clips on, and look at that. It's so lovely and flexible to get to where I need it to get to. I don't think I will be using this anywhere else, will I? Yes, I will. Don't you lie to me. There is, oh, I don't have the pieces close at hand, but there are pipes underneath the manifold which also require fuel line, and I will use this with these clips. And I can't remember where I got this from, in all honesty, and if you really want to know, then email me and I'll find out. Email me at gstargarage@gmail.com. It was like $6 for 5 feet of hose and a bag of clips. To me, that was a bargain, and it took about a week to get here, but hey, a week is nothing. So now it's a matter of getting this together, replacing all of the bushings and the seals, getting these powder coated, putting this in the trout. Look at it. I mean, this is, ooh, yeah, that's not good stuff. All right, there you go. That's it for this. I will be adding this to one of the many videos I'm about to create. Hope you find it interesting. All right, it's time for a laugh. I'm going to try and put this wheel on this subframe. So I'm going to lift the subframe and put the wheel on at the same time with 2 hands. This should be fucking amusing. Oh boy. So that there. Do I have enough strength? Now trying to get the gears to line up, the teethies. There you go, this isn't easy. I hope you're having a good laugh over there. Wow. Okay. Close but no cigar. Whew. And this is heavy, believe me. Wow. All right. You think it'd go on easy. Actually, you wouldn't. I really do hope you're enjoying this laugh. God, in my youth it would have been easier. That's the trouble with age. Oh, it's close, it's close. It really is close. Getting those teeth to line up's a pisser. Okay, let's see. Oh, back on there, you bastard. Everybody tell you, just get on there. All right. You have watched me struggle enough. I'm going to do the rest off camera. Okay. You saw me struggle. I got it on, of course. As soon as I turned the camera off, it went straight on. Now, this is a point when you will be checking things such as, this is a right side So in other words, the right of the vehicle when you're sitting in it. And because of that, it is threaded in reverse. So to put it on, you turn it to the left. So left tighty, not left loosey like you guys like to say, which makes me want to puke. So, putting it on, you turn it anti-clockwise. There you go. Now let's get one's rubber hammer. See, rubber hammer, and as a little side note, all of the suspension is not done up tight yet. Reason being, there is no weight, no stress on it. I will be pinching them up, but I will not be doing the correct torque until the weight is on the vehicle, so that the suspension doesn't tear itself. Otherwise it just leads to premature ejaculation. No, premature failure of the bushes. So once it's on the car, the weight is on the car as best as I can get it, you know, with gas and oil and water, etc. Then I will loosen the control arm nuts and then do them up again once I've bounced it a few times. So this is merely for me to get the other wheel on now and then flip it upside down, and then I can put the springs and the shock absorbers in and complete the assembly, but just not tighten everything up. Okay, there you go for the moment, guys. One wheel down, one to go, puffing and panting. This is physical. You know, let's get physical, physical. Get physical with Olivia Newton-John. Yeah, probably would. No, that's a recommendation. There's not much I wouldn't get physical with. All right, I have both wheels on now. Now it's time to put the springs in and the pans back. And with the wheels on, I can now, he says, flip this up the other way. I'll probably do that off camera, or at least when I've got two hands. At the moment I'm holding the camera in one hand. So that's what I will be doing in a few moments. And then we will start putting the springs in, not forgetting these giant washers that have to go in the top that help reduce the wear on the turrets, towers, whatever you want to call them. So let's get on with it. All right, here we go. Time to finish off the front subframe. It's been a long time coming. Now I have that problem too. First and foremost, we need to put these big ass washers in here. Now, they are for preventing it wearing through. What I'm gonna do, and I don't need to, but I'm gonna, is I'm gonna cover it in grease. My thinking on this, one, it helps prevent the corrosion, and two, it may help prevent noise. Now, I don't know if it will, but who knows? So, I've greased it up. Now we'll put that in there. And then we'll get a load more grease and we'll slap it on. It's not going to do any harm. That's the way I look at it. So we slap in a load of grease. I'm only going to show you this on one side. There's no point in showing you the same thing twice. So this is what I'm going to do, this side here. All right, now that is all done with grease. Next thing I want to do is I'm going to put grease in all of these holes, because I want the studs to go in there nice and easy. All right. Now I'm trying to do this one-handed at the moment, so you're going to have to bear with me. I'm going to grab my spring. Here she is. You will notice here the end sticks up, and here it is flattened off. That's because the flattened end goes in there. And the next piece, excuse me, I'm just going to put you down, don't get upset. I'll try and keep you there. All right, stay there. Is this piece here. And although it's probably not necessary, you know, I put it was right, you know, as in the right hand side of the vehicle as you're sitting in it. Always remember that it's as you're sitting in it, not looking at it. And you can see on here the way this is shaped. The spring coil comes around here and stops there. Well, that's what this is for. So there. Now that's wrong because it needs to be that way around. So you just have to make sure you get this shit lined up. But before you do that, let me show you what else you need to do. Let me just bring that up a little bit, and I'll try not to get in the way of the camera. You guys will recall from a previous video, and if you're just watching this video, then these studs here fit into the holes. I have a spacer on them so that the wrench will work on there, and they are going to assist in me getting the plate on, because you need to squeeze it down. I don't have the special tool, I'm using these studs. So let's see. We'll grab ourselves one stud, and obviously it has to go through the plate and into this threaded area here, which, as you saw, I had just covered in grease. You want these things to go as easy as they can, and you want to make sure, please do make sure you get this thing screwed in as far as it will go. Because if you don't, you're going to get a face full of spring at full tension, and believe me, that will rearrange your face in ways you don't even want to consider. So here we go. Let's just get this one in. Hopefully you can see this okay. I'm trying to be a very good boy and stay out of the way. Apart from anything else, I'm sure the hell you don't want to see my ugly mug. But if you do, if you're that way inclined, well, good luck to you. Okay, that one is now in. So let's find ourselves another one and make sure we line up the spring just in case. Let's do the opposite one. Yeah, this isn't always easy and does require a little fiddle-dee-dee. And I can tell you now, before I go too far with this, I'm going to grease up these threads, because it's a long, hard battle we are about to get into with the pan, and we're fighting against a very strong spring. Don't kid yourself that you can squeeze this fucker, because you can't. Okay, that's that. Next, Well, don't worry, I'm going to be double, triple checking that spring is in the right position before I start clamping anything down. This is just preparation. And when working on things like the bodywork, you know, the ladies, particularly the wife, why does it take so long? It's preparation. You have to prepare. When you're decorating a room, yeah, it takes a long time to sand the walls, fill the holes, mask things up. It's preparation. You've got to do it, which is what I'm doing here. This is all preparation, ready for me to do the task. You know, then when you're doing the task, it makes it a lot easier. So if anybody doesn't believe you, tell them to go forth and multiply. And you know what that means. You know, go away and shoot sharp jerks, go forth and multiply. In other words, fuck off. Guys, if you're finding this boring, surf the porn and masturbate. I don't care. Who did that? Who threw my greasy tub on the floor? Ah, that noise you're hearing is my body man, Mr. Cobbler. He is the man that is making my baby look good. And believe me, he is fucking amazing. But don't tell him I said that. He'll never watch this video because I don't even think he knows how. All right. Okay, I'm going to cut you off here and bring you back in a second when we start getting these things done. I'm going to grease these up. I'm going to spin the nuts down, and then I'll show you how I deal with it. Well, hopefully I got the angle of the camera right here. I'm trying to do it remotely so it's not bouncing up and down on my head like they often are. So what I've done here is I have greased everything up. I have got spacers in here on each of these 4 studs. These are my safety nuts. Ooh, you gotta have safety nuts. And now what I gotta do is wind these up evenly to slowly compress the spring. I have aligned the spring here as best I can at the moment, and as I go that may change. I've got the big ass washer in there and greased everything up there and greased everything up here in this bucket. So now I have 2 choices. I can slip it over this nut and go to this nut, and I can ratchet away, which is what I will probably do. And once I get the tension on this particular one, then I'll move to the next one. And I'll do it opposite each other. You do it how you want. I'm just saying how I will do it, because initially it's just what's the word? You're just slowly compressing the spring. Now, obviously when you ride or drive the car, these springs will settle in the place they need to be, but you don't want to be too far out. So that one's just beginning to bite nicely. So now I'll go 90 degrees opposite. 90 degrees? Yeah, I'll go opposite, okay. I don't care how many fucking degrees it is. It could be the 3 degrees. Ooh, the 3 degrees. Oh, wouldn't that be nice? Have them in your garage. Ah, well, you can but dream. 3 gorgeous women. Oh, damn. I don't give a damn what colour your skin is. So here we go. We're now bringing that down. Alright, we're going to fast forward here. In other words, I'm going to turn the camera off and then get this down, and you're going to see it down. There's no point in you watching me tighten 4 nuts. You don't want to see me tighten my 2 nuts, so you sure as hell don't want to see me tighten 4 nuts. And then I'll do the same on the other side. So once it's done and everything's back together, then I guess the next phase I'll show you is me putting the shock absorbers in. And that will be really exciting, and you're just going to squirt everywhere because it's just so exciting seeing me put shock absorbers in. You got to contain yourselves now. All right, you're going to go away and come back in a nanosecond for you. All right, so now it's time to put the shocks back in. And I really do apologize for my nakedness. It's just so fucking hot in my garage. I need to cool down, boys. So, next we insert this. A lovely little shock absorber. Obviously washer pad. Excuse me. Okay, I was having difficulty getting it in the hole. There was no hair around it. How should I know? Right, it would appear now that I've got the shock absorber in. These 4 bolts need to go in. Please excuse my back, especially as it's naked. Hey, and if you girls are attracted to someone who's built for comfort, not speed, let me know. All right, now rubber bush, washer and nut on the other end. You can't see it, unfortunately, and I'm not moving the camera, just to help you. You want to see it? Get your ass around there. Oh, all right, I'll help you. And if you can't see that now, because I can't. What the fuck? It's there somewhere. Oh, yeah. There it is. Rubber washer. Main washer. Sorry guys, you're not going to get a good view here. And then nut. This will be interesting to see how good a view you get. And I don't care, because this isn't a fucking Oscar winning video. Alright. So. Okay, hopefully you didn't get too sick with that. Do note in here, with this shock absorber, the nut, because the bracket's angled, needs to be more to the inside. Okay? Because this bracket has an angle on it. Where is the other bracket? You see, the bracket is off center. You know, there's an angle there. And you have to make sure you get that right when you put the shock absorber in here. Otherwise, it's not going to be central. So you need to make sure you get it in the right position. I've got to put hands up right now and say, I think this is the right position. I don't believe that this nut and bracket needs to be spun 180 degrees and it needs to be over there. But I could be wrong. So please double check it. Don't believe me. I don't believe me, and I will be double checking it. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is do up these nuts. Then that's this subframe complete. Yes, I know I have the other side to do, but I'm not going to show you that. So as far as this video is concerned, this is complete. Once I get it in the vehicle, then I'll be able to attach the sway bar, or anti-roll bar as we guys call it. Well, you know what real men call it, because we don't sway, we anti. Then that is really it for the subframe. The bodywork is being worked on as we speak. Unfortunately, it's not ready yet. The guy is such a perfectionist. I want to kick him in the ass, but I can't argue with what he's doing. He is doing a fucking brilliant job. And his name is Cobbler. If you want him to do any of your work, he is here in Arizona, but unless you email me, he will not respond to you. No, I'm not his agent. It's just I know he's very picky about what he does these days. Like me, he's a fucking old fart, and there are only certain things you want to get into. So, if you do wish to contact Cobbler, you'll have to email me. Please do like, subscribe, comment if you want to, ding the bell, and then you will get all the updates. The email address for me and for Cobbler is gstargarage@gmail.com. GSTARRGE@gmail.com. Sorry, just seeing if you're paying attention. And you went da 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 da. Okay. In those immortal words, the time has come, the war is said, to speak of many things. And how many of you can complete that? Ooh, not many, I bet. Okay, we're going off the air now, guys. This is the end of this particular video. Thank you very much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Time for a gin and tonic.